Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero, and it is getting very annoying that these game companies, like Sega, like many other companies, just continue to ruin remakes and remasters as they continue to release these censored versions of these classic games like Sonic Generations here, getting a modernization and getting a modern update because apparently Sonic can't push Amy away from being flirtatious with him, and apparently they had to change some of her personality as well, and it looks like they did some further censorship with Rouge the Bat because apparently her appeal shouldn't be a thing any longer. As we update games for the modern audience, it gives me worry that the Shadows of the Damned remaster is going to also be censored. Just like they censored the jiggle physics with Lollipop Chainsaw, and they tried to censor costumes with Stellar Blade. Now this is going to be the next remaster that I was looking forward to getting because I absolutely loved Sonic Generations back on the 360. It is available via backwards compatibility. I do own this game digitally, and the fact that they were adding Shadow was going to be a great addition to this game, but now they just sort of killed all the momentum with this game because they decided, yes, let's modernize and let's butcher the great remaster, a great game that came out years ago. One of the better modern Sonic games that has come out in recent years, like 3D Sonic. So this comes to us from Smash JT. Sega Modernization just destroyed Sonic Generations Remastered. Look how they massacred my boy. So they changed it to this. You'll understand when I get further into the article. I'm so tired of seeing games and characters neutered in the name of modernization, quote unquote. The latest victim, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, a game beloved by fans for its fast-paced action, quirky characters, and timeless moments, is now being sanitized beyond recognition. You have a Twitter user here by the name of Joshua Michael French saying, Why? Why is it that every series I love gets effed with? These are freaking animal characters, and the current industry can't even tolerate silly, flirtatious antics between them, a part of their characterization for more than 3 decades. All the way from when Amy Rose was introduced in Sonic CD, and Sonic saved her in Sonic CD, and that's the whole flirtatious cycle between the two characters has been going on since the Sega CD. I am so sick of this. So this is the original version here. We'll just pull it up really quick. This is the original version of the game where he clearly pushes her away from being flirtatious, as he always does in every iteration of Sonic cartoons and Sonic video games. And now this is the newer version where she's just passing him cupcakes. Like, come on. And then they even changed her bio here, where it says she was an energetic go-getter who lets nothing get in her way. Now it's with the help of her Pico Hammer and fortune cards, nothing gets in her way. It's like, why do you have to change? Because it also up here, it says, she's a young, cheerful girl hedgehog. Amy can be a bit obsessed about chasing Sonic. She even claims to be his quote-unquote girlfriend. Now it says, a cheerful girl who loves to help others. Sonic inspired her to be her very best. So, of course, they have to change the characterization of who Amy Rose is, and I don't understand why Sega continues to do this nonsense with their older titles. Back to the article. Sega, seemingly under the pressure to conform to today's hypersensitive consultation mafia climate, has been tweaking and altering Sonic Generations to the point where it barely even resembles the original, stripping away decades of charm, personality, and character dynamics that fans adored. So as I showed you these, first and foremost, Amy isn't in love with Sonic anymore. Apparently the powers that be decided that showing a female character expressing any kind of hint at a romantic interest in a male character is just too problematic these days. Amy's long-standing crush on Sonic, like I said, starting up with Sonic CD, where she was first introduced, a defining aspect of her character for decades has been erased. The cute, harmless antics that fans have enjoyed for years are gone. What are they censors as altering the story in Sonic is undermining the traditional male-female relationship and downstream family dynamic. Activists want to dismantle the family unit. The message is pretty blatant here. The industry doesn't want to encourage romance, especially of the opposite sex variety. Strange. Indeed, Amy is now reduced to a more neutral presence, stripping away the lighthearted fun that has been part of her charm. Fat shaming? Not over here. So in the original, Knuckles, the dialogue here says, thanks, Sonic, you did a good job back there. Hey, did you gain weight? Obviously, the classic Sonic was more rounded, around the stomach area, whereas the 3D version of Sonic is more skinny. And now he says, "Thanks, Sonic. Now then tell me, where's the rest of my island?" So now this whole scene doesn't make any sense. It's meant to be a light-hearted joke at the fact that the classic version of Sonic looks rounded. And then there's Knuckles, who in the original Sonic generation humorously fat-shamed Sonic. Sure, it was playful banter between friends, something we've all experienced, but apparently it's too edgy for the modern gaming landscape. No more quote-unquote bullying, even though people like Alyssa Mercante want to bring back bullying. Now, instead of the cheeky insult, Knuckles asked Sonic about some random island, which makes absolutely zero sense in the context of the scene. Well, obviously, he's referring to, the island where the Master Emerald is. So, it's an empty, forced line that fails to land. It's like the developers are terrified of offending anyone, even at the expense of the game's character dynamics and humor, and I believe all of this has been shown due to the fact that Sonic Cross Shadow Generations has actually been leaked online. Playful pushes and antics is a no-no as well. Then there's a scene where Amy gives Knuckles a shove. In the original, Knuckles was knocked back, flying far enough to hit a tree behind him, a one-time classic moment of slapstick comedic exaggeration, but no, that's too bad as well, apparently. In the updated version, Amy gives him a small, barely noticeable push, and Knuckles takes a single step back. It's like they're afraid of showing any physical conflict at all, even in the cartoonish, lighthearted context like this. As the comics have shown plenty of times. Are we really at the point where we can't show two anime characters having a harmless scuffle? It's just so weird. Why change it? It's such a small difference. Why change any of this stuff? Because apparently the modern audience that doesn't exist is apparently going to buy this game. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to buy this game either. Or if I do get this game, it'll be on Amazon, easy to return. These are just a few examples. The list goes on and on. Sonic once cupped Amy's face in his hand, a small, intimate gesture that fit the playful nature of the relationship, but now that scene has been altered, as you can see here that I've already shown this. Here's the original, here's the new one. With Sonic's hand positioned differently, so it doesn't look like he's being a dominant male anymore. Hey, I don't mean to be that person, but can Sega stop doing this? I didn't think they'd censor Rouge further, but they've even covered up her back now. It looks bad. It's impossible to put it on with her wings, and nobody likes it. Stop being cowards. So this is the original design that had, some back skin showing, some cleavage showing, because of course they have to cover up female cleavage nowadays because apparently Bob's bad. And now this is the new version covering up her back. Or how Crack on Twitter caught Rouge's back being censored to a point where her wings clip through her clothes now. Like this. You can see it clipping right through her clothes, whereas you can see the skin here and the wings look normal. It makes no sense. There's got to be some sort of ESRB or ratings guidelines that have incrementally increased in fervor over recent years. Yes, because the people that now work for the ESRB are also part of the woke mob. I don't mean to be that person, but Sega's not doing this. We already went over this. Seemingly every single moment that had any hint of personality, emotion, or character interplay has been scrubbed, clean, and replaced with bland, safe interactions designed not to offend anyone. This isn't Sonic Generations anymore. This is a hollow, soulless shell of what once was. And why? It's obvious. This has everything to do with DEI initiatives and improving ESG scores to attract investors. They shouldn't be attracting investors. They should be attracting customers to buy this game. Most people that played the original game are interested in this, and they want to share their love of this game with a new audience, an actual audience that buys games, not these woke weirdos online that don't buy anything because they're broke. Sega, like so many others these days, have bent over backwards to appeal to the current climate, sacrificing artistic integrity in the process. They've painted over a vibrant, fun game with a giant, bland brush in the name of political correctness. The goal isn't to improve the game or respect the fans who loved it or respect the original creators. It never was. No, it's to appeal to corporate investors who care more about ticking diversity boxes than creating something that actually resonates with the people who buy and play these games. That's what the industry has devolved to. Because it's not about appeasing the gamers who actually buy these games. It's, of course, appeasing, like you said, the investors. Sega should know better than this. They should be leading the industry, not bowing to it. But poor decisions over the years call for desperate measures in times like these. Desecrating beloved art like this is abhorrent, and we deserve better. We deserve the games we love, not sanitized, quote-unquote, modernized versions designed to cater to an overly sensitive minority at the expense of everything that made these games special. If this is what quote-unquote progress looks like in gaming, then I'm ready to regress. Yeah, the interesting thing is that this year, for the most part, I've been excited for mostly remasters, like Paperware 1000 Year Door. I refused to buy that game because they censored and changed some stuff in that. I'm now refusing to buy Lollipop Chainsaw because they censored that. But although I think they brought back the jiggle physics, so maybe. Although I could always emulate the original. Now I'm gonna most likely refuse to buy this game as well because it doesn't make any sense why they would even do this. Now, if it's possible that I could buy this on PC and they could just mod back in the old scenes with better graphics, that would be fantastic. Also mod in the dialogue, that would be fantastic. I would love to play that game then, because then I can just have the old stuff. But then again, like I said, I do have the game backwards compatible, and if I really want to replay this game again, I could just do that. But I really was interested in playing the Shadow portions of this game because Shadow's awesome. And he really hasn't been in a new game since really, I don't know, Shadow the Hedgehog or Sonic Heroes. Whichever was the last game that... Sonic 06, I think, was the last game he was in. And people say that game isn't great. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below how you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on this channel. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.